Welcome to part 2 of the French Revolution animated series, in which we will be covering what is known as the radical phase from 1792 to 1794. When the National Assembly started to fall, the loyalty of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette would come into question. People discovered letters written to the Austrian monarchy that they were pretty sympathetic to the anti-revolutionary cause in France.
Louis and Mary also ended up being arrested on the flight to Varennes in 1791, and due to these factors, both of them ended up being put on trial for treason. The National Assembly would finally vanish in August of 1792, and that would be the start of Jacobins' power or domination over the National Convention, mainly led by Maximilien Robespierre. A bit of foreshadowing, this dude was a total maniac. The National Convention was a republic, as there wouldn't be a monarchy, and would also end up being the most radical phase of the French Revolution. It would also initiate the Reign of Terror, and we'll get to that later. Let's just say stuff became pretty ugly.
Oh yeah, remember when Louis XVI went on trial? Yeah, this man ended up being executed, straight up beheaded by the guillotine. This violent act would be a symbolic statement that France was no longer a monarchy, but now a republic. Another person would end up being murdered after, none other than Jean-Paul Marat, who was one day in his bathtub when a young woman named Charlotte Corday gained access to his room in 1793. Corday would fatally stab Marat in his bathtub, and this was due to her believing that Marat was responsible for the September massacres in 1792, and that killing Marat would end all violence. Corday would end up being executed by being beheaded by the guillotine, with her last words being, "I killed one man to save 100,000.
But who was responsible for all these executions? The man himself, Robespierre. In 1795, the National Assembly would end up declining due to the start of the Reign of Terror. Even children would be executed, and Robespierre's ideas would end up going a bit too far. Robespierre would finally be beheaded by the guillotine during the Thermidorian reaction in the summer of 1795, which marked the end of the Reign of Terror and the vanishing of the National Assembly. It would also lead to the start of the Directory, but that's for us to learn another time. Thank you all for watching. This was Phase 2 of the French Revolution. Next we'll see more about the Directory and how France began to fall into a governmental crisis. And not more about chocolate-covered Doritos.
Marie Antoinette and cake.
I'm gonna be here.
I can't draw. Marie Antoinette.
My thumb hurts.
My hands hurt.
Wait, so tennis court, what is he do? What is he
Legitimately,
doing?
just draw a tennis court.
Draw a tennis court with a bunch of people protesting.
Alright, draw a tennis court with a bunch of class of people.
I'm gonna be up.
Okay, do that. What is that?
We know at least. When you go higher.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Okay, wait,
Sorry. Yeah, where you can stand up.
Okay, ready like this?
Yeah.
Okay, ready, go.